Hey guys, how's it going? It's Robbie with Open World Games, and we are talking about more Watch Dogs. If you don't know, I have been covering this game extensively here on Open World Games, as well as The Division, The Crew, and then also Assassin's Creed Unity is coming up here in fall 2014. Super excited about these games, and then we have Far Cry 4. That's right, Far Cry 4 is coming out in 2015, so if you are wanting coverage on some of the best open world games, go and subscribe to us on YouTube, and then check out our Facebook page with nearly 100,000 open world gamers. This is my dream community. I absolutely love open world games. Now let's get on to comparing the Watch Dogs map size to Grand Theft Auto 5. Enjoy the video. Here we go. So now let's talk about the map size in Watch Dogs, and I'm going to go ahead and compare it to Grand Theft Auto 5 in just a moment to give you the idea of the size of the map. But first, before I do that, Jonathan Morin, the creative director for Watch Dogs, has been extremely active on Twitter, and I'm really thankful for that. He's answered a ton of community questions out there, some questions that you just don't see being answered elsewhere. And he was asked, can I take this map in the background as an approximation of Watch Dogs Chicago from the Welcome to Chicago Watch Dogs trailer? And this was a recent trailer. And in the trailer, what Christian is talking about here is they showed the map in the subway train. And Jonathan Morin replied by saying, why do you think it's there? So yes, we can take this map from the trailer and get an idea of what to expect in terms of map size, so that's good news. Then he was also asked again about the map size from Jeremiah, who asks him, how big is the map for Watch Dogs world size? Any game maps you can compare this to, thanks. And I'm sure he's referring to games like Grand Theft Auto 5. And Jonathan replies by saying, it's big, but I'm not into the scale war. Scale for scale is pointless. More interested in the depth density for a game like Watch Dogs. And I really want to state before I go into any comparisons in a moment that I totally agree with Jonathan about that. This game is going to be totally different from any other open world you have ever experienced. While Grand Theft Auto 5 is a big game, it's not going to be comparable in terms of depth and density, especially when it comes to the interaction with NPCs. So keep that in mind before I go into this comparison. But I think this is going to be a fun comparison. I've been curious about this myself, so I'm going to do it anyway, you know. So let's take a look at the map size in Watch Dogs. I really wanted to thank DualShockers.com for doing a very interesting article about the map size in Watch Dogs, and they provided a mock-up of the paper map provided by Ubisoft for Watch Dogs, and this mock-up is about 20% the total size of the Watch Dogs map. So with that information, we can times that 20% by 5 and get the entire map size down and compare it against the Grand Theft Auto 5 map, which is exactly what we're going to do here right now, actually. So here is the Grand Theft Auto 5 map in its entirety, and I don't know about you guys, but I actually spend most of my time in the major city area, especially in Grand Theft Auto Online, simply because the majority of players end up there, especially when they're first spawning. Your cars are usually there, your safe houses, your penthouses are usually there. Most of the activities are down here, and the rest of it is just filler. It can be used for great distractions like racing and fun activities, but if you're going into a game with random players, a lot of your time is going to be spent in the lower half of the map. So just remember that before I start doing this. So I'm going to take the mock-up map, which is 20% the total size of the Watch Dogs map. Just remember that. And you get about this size. And I have scaled the Watch Dogs map block by block to the GTA map. So it's fairly accurate here. I'm trying my best. But we take this and we times it by 5. And you get an idea of just how big Watch Dogs is going to be. It's going to be approximately this size, and I think that's a pretty good estimate. They didn't come out and they did not say this is going to be the biggest open world you're ever going to experience, and I am perfectly fine with that. I've had so much fun in other games that are actually smaller than Grand Theft Auto 5, and actually I've had a lot more fun in those games than Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm talking about games like Sleeping Dogs and games like that. I just cannot wait to play this game. Now, so with this information, you can get an idea of the size of the Watch Dogs map. It's going to be about the lower half of the Grand Theft Auto 5 map. So what I would take from this is the top half of the Grand Theft Auto 5, in my opinion, is a lot of it is filler, especially for online play. I just think it's way too big for the player count. I'm actually really excited about this because I think you're going to be running into players a lot more often than you would in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I think the hacking in the game in the inner city is going to change the gameplay dynamics big time versus anything we've ever played in online gaming. And you have the open world free roaming. So this is going to be a good estimate. Remember, this is just a guesstimate. I'm trying my best here. I hope this helps you guys with getting an understanding of just how big Watch Dogs is. And I'm really excited that they managed to pull off this large of an environment in Chicago, especially considering that this game is going to offer 8-player online free roam cooperative play, and then you're going to have a single player campaign where you can be invaded by other players. And then on top of all of this, you're going to have a mobile companion app in an open world. So this game is going to be a ton of fun online and offline. And yeah, it can be played completely offline for you single player fans out there. You can do that too. So there's tons of options with this game. I cannot wait to mess around with hacks online. And if you guys like this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. It helps out a ton on YouTube. And look forward to more Watch Dogs videos, including a walkthrough, some fun multiplayer sessions with the community, and tips and tricks and so much more. If you're wanting things like that on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us right here on YouTube and join our wonderful Facebook community of nearly 100,000 open world gamers. And I usually try to respond to you guys as much as possible on Facebook and Twitter. If you're wanting to interact with me on Twitter, go ahead and check the description and check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time when I talk about more Watch Dogs, and then we could play it on May 27th when it finally releases. See you guys then.